and welcome to my first car camp of 2024. Well, in my last video you might have seen that I thought my clutch had gone. Well, the good news is it wasn't the clutch, it was just the master cylinder. And if you want to know what the difference between a clutch and a master cylinder is, it's about 300 quid. And in case you didn't see it on my community page, I got the best car camping Christmas present ever. The ultimate car camping mug. And so the plan today is to go to a park up that I've been looking at for a very long time. And the most important thing about tonight's car camp is that I have a plan to beat the traffic. So where we're off to today is actually where 64% of you voted for in the community tab. So today we're going to Lansdowne-on-Sea. But before we do that, we need to get some petrol. Let's go. And the secret to how I'm going to hopefully avoid the traffic tonight? Well, I went old school and I finished work a couple of hours early. In terms of the park up for tonight though, it's basically a bit of road that runs parallel to the sea. Now on Park for Night it does say there's no overnight parking, but there's quite a few other YouTubers that have stayed in this spot, and checking out their most recent videos, it seems like the no overnight signs have now gone. Now if that isn't the case and the signs are back, it's not a problem because there is a car park where you can park about half a mile up the road from there, so all will be fine. We have a backup plan. Well, as you can see, it's starting to get dark now, but we will get there in daylight. We have got 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And we are here. This is it. There's lots of barriers and bollards in place and some dodgy looking old caravans.
Turn around when possible. Shell this road.
Park up here and have a look. Well, that's it. We are here and we are parked up. I've spun it around so the back end's facing the sea, which does look rather nice. But we're going to have a little wander down the road, I think, and just take a look and see who's around and whether or not there's any other people kipping, because it is a very yeah, it's a very isolated spot, and I think the derelict looking caravans kind of really add to the atmosphere and the wasteland opposite. But hey, let's get out the car and have a quick look around. Well, a short walk down the road, and as you can see, I found where the mobile homes and van lifers are. So, needless to say, I have parked myself in here. Well, I'm definitely a lot happier where I am now. I can see people sitting in the moho, so I feel a lot more comfortable. It is a very isolated spot. Now, I'm not normally one to worry about that kind of stuff, but I've just felt a little bit exposed to where I was initially. But where I am now, much more cozier, feel much more safer, and I even think it's more flatter. I've got a much better view. I mean, that's going to be my morning view. Can't go wrong with that. Well, we're supposed to be having an amber rain warning for the southeast tonight, but to be honest, other than the fact it's freezing cold, it's not too bad at all. Although, of course, with my heated hoodie, albeit the battery's not in, my body feels warm. It's my hands that feel freezing. But I think what we'll do is we'll walk down here a little bit further, just while we've still got daylight. But I suppose we should probably have a look at Laysdown-on-Sea as well. It'll be nice to have a little look around, see what's what, and maybe what I'll do is explore down this end tomorrow. So all the way down there, because I do have my running gear with me. So a little 5k going down here could be just about right. Says he, walking in a massive puddle and then standing in it to show you the fact I walked in it. Look at it. Now I've got wet shoes and wet socks. Perfect. This is definitely one of those this is why we car camp moments. Because it might be freezing cold, it might be getting dark, but you know what? It's still lovely fresh sea air, and it is so nice to be out. It is so much better than being stuck at home. It's been over a month since I last went car camping properly, and to be honest, I can feel it. Car camping is always my break from normal life, so to have not done it for so long, my brain can really feel it. So yes, I am doubly pleased to be out tonight, and even more pleased to be at a rather cool location. But I think I'm going to turn around now because the path is very, very sodden and wet. But in the meantime, let's head back up towards Laysdown and see what Laysdown's like at night time. Well, it might only be 5 o'clock, but the car's all set up, and to be honest, I think I might just hunker down for the night now. I mean, I could walk over to Laysdown, but to be honest, I'm not sure how far it is, and it's dark and it's cold, and this car is, well, it will get warm the longer I'm sitting in it. So I think what I need to do now is make myself a trusty coffee, and because it's so early, it's only 5 o'clock, I can have a full-on caffeinated. Now, I'm sure you're probably dying to know what I'm going to be having for my dinner tonight. Well, I've got my pot noodle cup. So what do you think it could possibly be? Well, what I'm actually going to be cooking tonight is a mushroom egg foo young, and that will have with it some tender stem broccoli and baby corn cooked in a ginger and a spring onion oyster type sauce. And then we'll probably have some steamed rice to go with that. And then to tie it all off, we'll have a little bit of 5-spice turkey breast. Now I know at this point, you're thinking to yourself, what the hell are you talking about, Matt? How are you going to make all of this? Well, the answer is I have 3 new items in the car today. 2 are items I've bought myself, and the 3rd item is another product review. But I'm not doing the product review in this video. All I'm doing on this car camp is using it as I would. I want to do a separate video where I talk about all the stuff and how it works and everything. So yes, thanks to that mystery item, we are going to have a proper car camping Chinese banquet of a feast in the back of my car, or sitting in Laysdown-on-Sea next to the sea. But right, we need to make a cup of tea first of all, so let's get it on. Oh, actually, the one downside of sitting like this is I can't actually get to anything I need to get to. So let's switch to the GoPro for the action coffee shot. So this would be the inaugural use of my new travel kettle, and what better way to celebrate it than having a cup of caffeinated coffee? A full 2 spoons. This is a major treat. In 2 years of car camping, I've always used my little thermos or my little 12-volt kettle, which has served me very well. But to have a proper boiling water cup of coffee in about 4 minutes, the car camping game is changed. So yes, I have joined the club of car camping YouTubers who were sent battery banks to review, and it is the Allpowers 700. And compared to my Jackery, it is almost 3 times more powerful. So it's 700 watts, whereas my Jackery was 200 watts. And for me, this will make a massive difference to how I car camp, and also how we couples car camp. But all of that I'll talk about in the review video. Well, I thought I'd have a little lie down before cooking dinner, but the problem is the sound of the waves is so relaxing. I don't want to move. It's lovely. Well, I had to get up, mainly because if I would have stayed there any longer, I would have fallen asleep. So I think I should probably start to get a crack on, because it's 6:30, and I suppose I should probably eat, and then I can lay down, relax, and carry on listening to the sea. Well, I certainly can't remember the last time I had this much stuff set up ready for a meal. Well, before I show you how we're going to cook all of this, I suppose I best start prepping. And that's the prepping all done. So now it's time to show you what my new car camping secret weapon is. So, as you'll know from lots of previous videos, I can't cook on gas in the car no more because it gives me migraines every single time. So in the past, in comments, you may have seen me mention the induction hobs that the Japanese car campers use. And for me, I thought that would have been absolutely perfect for car camping. So I did quite a lot of research, and most induction hobs start at about 1000 watts. Now this is 700 watts, so clearly that won't work. Well, in theory it could if you turned it down, but I didn't want to. I wanted to find something that would work on this unit. So what I found is this. Now I have tested this at home, so I know it works, and I think this is beyond awesome as far as my car camping goes. We have, ready for it, this. What's that, I hear you say? Well, that's one part of it. Power plug, a lid, interesting, and then the main attraction. It's an electric frying pan cum saucepan cum steamer. I thought I'd left at home the most important part of this whole thing. The baby's spatula fish slice thingy. How sweet is this? But there you go, this is it. This is what we are now going to be able to use to cook when I go car camping. And basically this will completely remove the fact that I get migraines when I cook, because there's no gas, there's no flame. Well, it's basically an induction hob within a saucepan. Obviously I can't cook everything at the same time, so I need to work out what I cook first. But the reason why I took the steamer plate along is that what my cunning idea is that when I'm, say, cooking the veg, I can put the steamer plate on, put on the lid, and then basically if I put the rice on that steamer plate, it could steam the rice through as the veg cooks. Well, with that in mind, that means I'm doing the veg last then. So we'll probably do the meat first, then the foo young, and then we'll do the veg, and then we'll put it all together at the end. And this is one of the reasons why I think this is so good for car camping. Basically, I can put the lid on and now the turkey's going to cook that much faster, which when you're trying to limit the amount of power you're using, it's a no-brainer. Now, something I actually find super funny is that the non-stick on this pan is better than all of our non-stick pans at home. But then, that's the good thing. You can use this at home if you want to. You can plug it into the wall. Well, that's the egg foo young all done. Now it's time for the ginger and spring onion vegetables and some steamed rice. Now, to go with the veg as well, what I've got are these two little pots that I prepared earlier. In this one we have oyster sauce, and in this one we have a little soy sauce and sesame mix. So that is going to be our sauce for the veg and all the rice basically. Well, this has all pretty much gone to plan. It's quite strange. We've got the egg foo young cooked and waiting there. We've got the 5-spice turkey cooked and chilling here. And then inside here we have the ginger and spring onion stir-fry veg with some steamed, hopefully, rice on top. And everything does seem to be going remarkably well. And you can tell it's like proper cooking tonight. I don't think I've ever taken a tea towel with me on a car camp, but this is near enough done. I've just chucked in a little bit of gravy granules just to thicken up that gravy. Give it another 2 minutes, then we're all set to eat. Wow, and there you have it, one absolute feast. So, without further ado, now this, oh my God, car camping cooking will never be the same again. And you'll get to see the fact that I can actually cook. But that was, without doubt, the best car camping meal I have ever had. And that was a proper car camping Chinese banquet. And I can very much get used to that. And there are so many options that I can do. Even this alone, like you've seen, I can fry, I can steam, I can saucepan, whatever that is called. It is, yeah, this was only cheap. I mean, I think this was about £30. I'll put a link to it in my Amazon store thing I've got, so you can see how much it is. And also the kettle. I think the kettle was £25, I think. Don't quote me on that. But both of them I'll put on there so you can see. But no, this cooker is absolutely amazing. So if you have a power bank that is up to 600 watts, then I highly recommend getting one of these. Of course, now I have a problem that I've never had before on a car camp. I have got loads and loads of washing up. I've never had washing up before. I don't know what to do with it. I've got a saucepan, I've got a cutting board, I've got cutlery, sauce pots, bowls, chopsticks, spoons. To be honest, I can't wash it. So all I'm going to have to do is shove it in my emergency carrier bag that I keep in my underbed storage. At least I remembered the tea towel. I just forgot to bring something to actually clean it with to need the tea towel. So, you know. You live and you learn. Well, I can also do something tonight that I don't normally do on my stealth camps, and that is go outside. Now, in the past, I always used to do the whole, oh, how stealthy is my car camper? And to be honest, I know it pretty much is. When I want it to be proper stealthy, it is proper stealthy. But there's a bin just behind me, and I have accumulated a bag of rubbish. Well, I'll tell you what, how funny is this? It's been lovely and quiet all night here. It's been absolutely fantastic. Now, I just heard the couple in the motorhome behind me get dropped off back from, I'm guessing, the pub. 10 o'clock, could have been a pub or a night out. Now, they're in their motorhome playing loud music, and I can hear the bass line as if there's a boy racer parked behind me. So funny. best part of the night. But I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play my phone for a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, and then probably hit the sack, because I think my eyes are starting to feel a little bit tired. So yes, it has been a lovely car camp evening, to be honest. I mean, I've been in the car since 5 o'clock, but it has been really nice. I've thoroughly enjoyed cooking my feast. I've enjoyed just chilling out inside the car, and yeah, it has been good, and I definitely can't leave it so long between car camps. I mean, I had a good reason. I had COVID, I had a broken car, had Christmas. I'm still suffering my tiredness, but I'm still having some tests about that, so hopefully we'll get some answers as to what's going on there. But otherwise, yeah, we have reasons, but sometimes it is good to make time for yourself and just to get out and do the stuff that you want to do, because at the end of the day, yeah, we have to make time for ourselves because no one else will. So I'm going to shut off now, and I will see you all in the morrow. Night. Well, this is clearly the type of view you want to wake up to when you go car camping. We are right next to the beach, the sun is shining, blue skies, and it is lovely. It's actually 10 o'clock. I have had a fantastic night's sleep, and considering that at the moment I'm not sleeping particularly well, I slept very well last night. Very well indeed. The blackouts are so good, I had no idea it was sunny. I thought it was dark and dull and horrible, and actually it is a lovely morning, and that breeze coming through is fantastic. And it was super quiet here last night. It was absolutely lovely. I highly recommend this spot. So even though Park for Night says no overnight parking, they're not right. Overnight parking is fine here. Either that or someone's pulled down all the signs, but either way, there were 5-6 vans here last night, including me. There might even be some more now parked up the road. And yeah, no one got moved on, no hassle, no problem. And to wake up to this is just lovely. It's funny, I wasn't going to go for a run because it's so late, but because I don't have to get to my mum and dad's this morning, I think I just might. But I do need to have a coffee first, so let's crack on with the coffee. I'll just enjoy the view for a little bit longer though. This is what Mrs. Hobbies loves though. She loves the sounds of the waves and the beach and just this general vibe. We do need to do more this year of our couples, and actually the advantage of having the better power pack and a solar panel that's to come means that will be a lot more possible. Right, coffee. But in terms of 2024, I'm going to change how I do my video titles. Basically, I've kind of gone down into that dark place, you know, where you do the horrible clickbait. And whilst my clickbait isn't fake bait, it is still clickbait. But this year, I'm not going to do clickbait titles. I'm just going to do normal titles. Now, just to prove this fact, I could have made a thumbnail and title out of this video out of the fact that somebody on TikTok last night messaged me to ask if I would like to, you know, meet up and watch him having sex with his wife. Now, Clearly I said, that's not my scene, mate, but you know. But I'm not going to make that into a thumbnail or title. I'm just going to give it a little mention of this part in the video. But yeah, I mean, I'm very helpful on YouTube and TikTok. I help people out, I answer questions, I give them tips and advice, but that's just a little bit too far. But there you go. So eventually I'm going to finish this coffee and I'm going to get dressed, and then we're going to scoot out for, yes, it's 10:30 now, and just scoot out for a little half-hour run. I wasn't planning on having another cup of coffee before I left, but you know what, as I've got time and I am literally in no rush to go home, I thought, why not? I mean, the weather is absolutely beautiful here. It is so nice and it is so peaceful. So this has been an absolutely wonderful return to car camping. And I think, to be fair, the new power bank has played quite a large part in how nice this car camp has been, because it has given me a lot of creature comforts that I hadn't had before. So proper boiling water quickly, a proper cooked meal without a migraine in the morning, I hasten to add, not a whiff of a migraine. So that is absolutely amazing. But as for now, I am going to literally sit back, watch the dog walkers on the beach, and enjoy my last coffee. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to end it here for a change, rather than get in the front and setting up and doing all that jazz. So I hope you've enjoyed my little trip to Lansdowne-on-Sea. I would definitely recommend it. It is a lovely little village to visit. And yeah, until next time, take care. Yeah, hi, it's Matt here. About your message.